Where'd you get this? Answer me!
Santa Claus brung it, man.
Lots of Christmas and holiday specials stick to some tried and true tropes. Getting people into the spirit of the season. Gift giving. Families coming together. Well, not the 90s Flash. Forget that. He's doing it up with a heat wave and cocaine. Greetings, comic lovers, and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from music comics new and old to history to anecdotes, truly wherever our whims take us. Here's Wally. We're going back to the 90s. And the first stint, I say stint, it was over 2 decades, of Wally being the Flash. A lot happened during this era, including him getting an off-the-wall Christmas special? ? It's more of a Christmas issue, but in it he is the grumpiest man alive. Christmas cheer? Not here. Also his chin, my word. He's out to compete with the Crimson Chin thanks to the art style of the time. Now I picked this one up because of the glorious cover. I also have it in a giant omnibus, but individually I noticed it because of its cover. It features all these Santas in this combination of holiday theme but also quote-unquote Hawaiian shirt style Christmas wear shooting the Flash. Well, shooting at him anyway. That and the story is called Christmas Rush. A speed pun for the Flash? What a gift it keeps on giving. The Flash number 87 comes to us from 1994 and is written by Mark Waid with art by Mike Wieringo. Inks Jose Marzan Jr., colors Gina Going. We open on Christmas Eve and Wally doing what Wally does best, and thanks to the CW show what some fans believe Barry does best, and that's opening with really obvious statements about who he is. My name is Wally West, I'm the Flash. On a day like today, I'm the fastest dad who alive. There's a the missing up there, so I added it in because otherwise it says I'm Wally West, I'm Flash, which would mean something else. There's a robbery going down at a Keystone charity event, and we have to establish that Wally is grumpy. Welcome to another fabulous Keystone State Christmas. 'Tis the season to be jolly, to be with friends and loved ones. Yeah, right. Humbug. That is a chin. Get ready for everybody to be extra sweaty this issue because Keystone is going through a heat wave, and it's really bothering Wally. He keeps talking about how the heat is bringing out the worst in everyone, and I hope that he puts himself at the front of that because it's definitely affecting him. It was to the point where I was wondering if this was going to be a weather wizard plot and he was going to pop up and be like, haha, I ruined the weather and now you're all grumpy. But no, it's just natural weather and the Flash is just ornery. Although, in all fairness, also affecting his mood is the fact that there's been more crime. It's been up way more than normal and he's had to deal with way more of it. That's why I'm saying people are running nuts from the heat. Temperatures are boiling, nerves are frazzled, and violent crimes are up 40%. 40% at Christmas! I'm running ragged, just trying to keep ordinary folks from killing each other. Then will you relax? Come on, my parents are due at the airport and they're dying to. His at this point girlfriend Linda Park's parents are coming to town and they want to meet him for the first time, so it's kind of a big deal. They have a Christmas party that night and he's supposed to hang out with them. So it's a Christmas special, so you know there's 2 options. He either gets to make it in the nick of time or not, but because of that he'll learn a lesson.
Reporting live from Keystone Mall where armed gunmen are causing pandemonium. This is Exposition Radio.
Meet you. Nice. First chance Lynn and I have had to be together in days. Poof. Now I'm in a mood. Now this is where we came in at the charity theft. That makes for charity creep. Man, I hope you ask Santa for a body cast because you're gonna need it. What? Mine! I was here first. Logo! Mine! There's a cynicism running through this Christmas comic so intense that my voice just cracked. You don't see it often in these holiday issues. Welcome to the 90s. See, this is why I'm like, Christmas special? The Flash gets all the money back, but seeing this display puts him in an even worse mood. It's just people are the worst. So when he hurries back to be with Linda at his place, he's not in the best headspace. She's at his house and she started to decorate the tree. The thing is, he's already missed welcoming her parents. She doesn't make a big deal about that though, but he does. So I miss them. They'll be at our party tonight, won't they? Oh, that came out good. Change the subject, Tag Master, before she turns that letter open on you. What's the list of? The perks of celebrity. Since your address is public knowledge, your adoring public sends its love and its fruitcakes. There is nothing that you can ever say that will convince me that half of those would not just be disgusting or terrifying fare. Be it from his villains trying to mess with him or just from regular people who have beef with him. The things that I imagine would be in some of those boxes. Why'd you dox yourself, Wally? There was a reason, and then eventually his whole identity was revealed and then it had to be put back in the box because it caused the death of his children. It was a whole thing. One of the things they have gotten is ornaments, and Linda laments that they already have too many and that they haven't even put up the ones they already have and that he hasn't helped her with any of it. And well, then he goes off. Well, pardon me for not having a moment to myself this week. You want to hang ornaments? Let's hang ornaments. That was uncalled for. We're done, aren't we? I'm sorry, it's getting too real. Did someone just depict a real couple's argument? Be careful how you choose your words, Slick. You're done. I watched, in case you've forgotten. Decorating was supposed to be a team activity. It was supposed to be fun. Wait, I'll be back later with party food. Maybe. Look, the lights are actually steamy. He put them on so fast. We have to leave Relationship Fight Simulator for more crime. Or rather, patrol. Wally's kind of hoping for crime because maybe he'll do better with that than he's been doing with Linda all day. Let's reiterate, this is Christmas Eve. So if you're one of those people who finds the lead up to the holidays super stressful or that people are just on edge and relationships are frazzled, everybody's just snapping at everybody, Flash number 87 feels your pain. A Goodwill toy store runs a charity giveaway is being set upon by its patrons. Again, it said because it's hot. People just have no patience. They're grabbing and pulling and tugging
hugging. Again, not the finest depiction of people at Christmas.
But then it gets serious. When a gang and a leader in a 90s male crop top shows up. People don't believe the male crop top was a thing. The legends are true. For a time, tops were cropped for all. A brief time, and then every now and again it comes back for 2 seconds. Also, they named their gang the Pretty Boys. I mean, I was there in the 90s. I wouldn't call this pretty boy aesthetic, even for the time. It's more like pop grunge. They're the pop grunge boys. The Flash shows up, and he is just in a mood. He even has to talk himself into pulling his punches, reminding himself that they're kids. I would imagine he has to do that for most of his non-powered foes. A fist coming full strength at that speed? Ouch! Just the entire side of your face shattered. Devastating. I doubt they appreciate the effort. If I were less of a funk, I could have had some fun with these cheese balls. But Wally caves and decides why not have some fun. It is a toy store after all. So he wraps him up in a swing, and then it escalates because out of the pockets of one of the pretty boys comes a bag of cocaine. Or coke, because we're gonna abbreviate it.
Comics code approved! You saw it on the cover. Yeah, by 1994 the code had almost 0 teeth.
Where'd you get this? Answer me!
Santa Claus brung it, man.
I appreciate the added sniff, just for emphasis that they have been enjoying their Santa Claus gifted nose candy. Now Wally decides he needs to deal with this right now. No cocaine on Christmas. Where they think this is the 80s? Now this means, you guessed it, he doesn't make it to his own Christmas party. Dick Grayson's mullet does though. And he's jamming out here with Pied Piper and his ponytail. There's so much 90s hair happening on this panel, it's amazing. I see you, elongated man. Linda is disappointed but also concerned. Because it seems like he's just running himself ragged as the Flash at this point. He's even missing out on things that he was looking forward to. But she figures it must be important. Now, contrary to the cover, our drug-dealing Santas are not wearing any kind of Hawaiian-style Yuletide fare, but just regular classic Santa suits. Very disappointing. They're probably some sweaty, stinky Santas, given how much this issue has been going on about the heat wave.
What a beautiful scam.
Smuggling kilos and kilos of coke in broad daylight.
Tell me about it. The cops like them never caught on.
Yeah? What the hell happened there, smart guy? What happened was the Blue Boys got suspicious when they saw too many Santa Clauses meeting at the wharf. If I've learned anything from comics or any kind of crime show, is that if it's at a wharf or a marina, it's illegal. Now Wally's investigation of this has just been scouting out the local Santas. He decided to check the tip that it came from Santa has just been running around to see if he sees any suspicious Santas, and he has. When you're that fast, sometimes you can afford to be a bit less methodical. Check it out, at long last I'm able to add a little spirit to the holiday. After all, it's Christmas without a snowstorm.
This whole comic was for that joke, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I'm grabbing enough cocaine to serve as evidence.
Yes.
Evidence.
My word, can you imagine a coked up Flash?
So by the time Wally's done all of this, he's missed the party and Linda's left. But in fairness to her leaving, she had to go to cover this incident because, you know, the Christmas cocaine snowstorm. So if he had just collected it like a normal person, she would still be there. Just no good Linda decisions involving Wally today. The Pied Piper stayed though. He's a bro. You don't understand, I love this holiday, and that's why I've been reeling for how bad it's been this year. I know it's just a cute visual gag that a lump of coal falls out of his stocking when he tips it out,
but I really want to know who put it there. Was it Linda? Was it Santa? Both of those are options.
We end up seeing that, shock of shocks, one of the ornaments that he got was a secret camera. Just one? I'm stunned. Wally's way too trusting. If your address as a superhero is public, I would not let anything in there without being vetted by somebody. Have Nightwing send it to the Batcave, call Clark and have him come look at it. If it hasn't passed some kind of screening, it's not coming into the home. You're the Flash. Open it outside really fast. My voice, I'm just so concerned. So which of the Flash's rogues is spying on him this time? Well, it's Abracadabra, aka Citizen Abra, though nobody really calls him that often, who is not actually a magician at all, but from the 64th century, where they have so much tech that by contrast it makes him appear magical in the present time period. He came back initially because he was bitter because all of that tech in the future had rendered his passion of being a stage musician irrelevant. In Magician's Hall, the call board is empty as always. No jobs. There are never any jobs. No one is interested in seeing a magician perform anymore. It's been years since there was a request for one.
I say, Kadabra, have you seen the latest? Science is about to try something new. Time travel. Bah. Don't even mention science to me. I have questions about what the landscape was when he got into this profession. Was it that bad? Was it obviously trending that way? These are the things I want to know. Or did he just want to go back in time and become a supervillain? That's a common theme for Flash villains. Now, Kadabra has purposely been running Wally ragged. No, not to break his back or anything like that, but so we can get him in a position where he does something wrong. If he's running around trying to solve so many things, at some point he'll make a mistake. And apparently he has. So his Christmas gift to the Flash is a lawsuit. I'll save you the trouble of reading it. It's a subpoena. You've been sued for negligence, and when the judge and jury's done with you, you might just have to hang up your costume for good. See you in court, Speed Boy. Next, a lawsuit against the Flash? Again? The details start to unfold next month in Mean Streak. That's right, it's another trial of the Flash plotline.
Merry Christmas.
The story doesn't even wish you that or any kind of season's greetings or anything, just breaking all the traditions. This is a really interesting outing in the holiday special category,
in that while the holiday was integrated into the story plot-wise, it felt like the main focus was very much still on the core through lines, and if they could have eliminated the Christmas plot, that would have been fine too. You could have just done a grumpy Flash because of a heatwave story. You didn't need to have Christmas at all. It could have just been a party that they're planning because Linda's parents are coming for the first time. And then nothing much changes. This story really brings up the question of what do you need to make a credible holiday special? Is just happening on the holiday enough? Or do you need to incorporate some of the holiday's core themes? Or is it enough to just have the imagery littered throughout the work? This does not bother by any traditional Christmas themes. Nobody learns anything about Christmas good cheer or charity or goodwill towards anybody. There's nothing about innate human goodness or a desire that people have deep in their core. In fact, the civilians are depicted as selfish and awful this issue. Everybody's grumpy and snapping at each other. The 90s Flash never shied away from depicting Wally in less than favorable lights at some points. He would have his moments, but he was shown to be growing from them, maturing more each time. The moments between him and Linda in this are very relatable. Those small petty arguments where neither of you are in a good mood and it just spirals. But it still shows that they care about each other. They're just having a moment. It's a bad day. People fight. Wally's not a monster or anything. He's overworked and grumpy, and Linda is feeling frustrated and neglected, but also worried. On the whole, this is a decent filler issue, because that's what it is. It's a stepping stone on the way to another trial of the Flash. It has some amusing visual jokes and plays with Christmas imagery a tiny bit. So that's how you have things like the cocaine dealing Santas. Which is hardly surprising given how edgy the 90s like to be. Dark Santa is always an easy go-to, but it's not a Christmas classic, and it's not the most memorable Flash issue either. Even with the snowstorm. Too bad Snowflame wasn't there. What a great Christmas that would have been for him. Still, this issue has a great cover. Excellent. I give it 4 out of 5 90s Wally West chins. But those are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. Did you love this more irreverent little take on a holiday special or issue? Do you like seeing Christmas strain and stress depicted? Are you as baffled as me at the idea that Wally doesn't get worse things in the mail? Share all your thoughts down below, and while you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some of your day spent discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.